See, y'all being nice.
What
I'm
about
go
about red girls?
I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in. When I was younger, I can't lie. I did think that I had a preference. I did have a preference for red girls. I did. When I was younger, I had a preference for red girls. But it was kind of like growing up, you know how men are told, all right, this is the good car to get. Mm-hmm. So you think, all right, I'm gonna go when we in Miami. So like, all right, I'm gonna get me a Donk, a 6'4" Impala. I'm gonna get me a Donk, and that's the car to get. When I get that car, that mean I'm that nigga, like I'm that dude. Once I got me a Donk, and you got a Redbone, and you got your Redbone, got you a chunk of cheese, a Jesus piece on your chest. You that nigga. You got you a Donk, got you a Redbone. It's like status pieces, and that's you was taught growing up.
You are what you attract.
You are, I guess so. So over time, like just meeting light skinned girls or red girls and dealing with them, and then looking at some dark skinned girls, I'm like, she's sexy as hell. I remember this one girl that I was in
story time.
I'm just saying that's not a story. That's not a story time. I just remember this one girl, just seeing her in 9th grade, like, damn, she looked good, but she was a dark skinned girl. Mm-hmm. And but I still was like,
why is that a thing?
What you mean?
She's a dark skinned girl.
I just told you why.
Because you had a preference.
Not that I had a preference. It was embedded in my mind that the status symbol was to get you a Redbone.
Okay.
Get you a Dunk and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it was
so
put in my mind.
because she was a darker girl, you were like, oh, she black, but
I find her super attractive,
cute.
But she's this.
But she's that, right?
So at the time, as I started just to grow and learn more and more, and then next thing you know, I became like Young Money, every girl in the world. I just wish I could fuck every girl in the world.
Okay,
I did not have any preference anymore. And then at one point in time, I was just stuck on dark skinned girls. But right now, I feel like I'm balanced. I like neutral. I'm neutral. But I do like black women. I do prefer black women for sure. That is my.
So you don't hold the status of lighter skin being more than a darker skin anymore, right?
No, not anymore. I believe I realized a long time ago that I was just gonna be bullshit.
Yeah, that was on social media.
Yeah, it wasn't social media at the point in time. That was real life word of mouth.
Yes,
it wasn't social media at the point in time. I was growing up.
But
I
do you
still
see that taking place though? No.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you still see, you still hear it. When it comes to music and stuff like that. But what you realize, especially if you are really balanced and grounded, life is bigger than social media.
Sure.
Life is way bigger than social media. And when you really, really live life, you ain't gotta just look to see what entertainers are doing, what rappers are doing. You really understand, it's people with some beautiful wives that are black, some dark skin, light skin. Some dudes want to swirl, get them some white women. People just do what they want, and whatever works for them. But me, only time that when it comes to having a discussion about wealth and stuff like that, and passing wealth from generation to generation, because I'm really on that black shit. I'm really on it when it comes to that thinking, making sure I want to keep my money and my family and my kids looking like me and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That is when that becomes my concern, and that's why I really care about. That's a real core concern of mine. That's not for every man. Mm-hmm. That's them. That's their life. I get it, and I can't tell them, force them to want to do that. Mm-hmm. But someone asks me, that's one of my reasons why. And plus, black women just beautiful to me.
Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
If you were given the option to be red or darker skin, than yourself as of right now, darker. Okay. What would you prefer?
I have to pick one of the two. I can't stay myself.
No. Darker skin or red.
Michael Jackson.
Yes. You know what? You want early Michael or late Michael?
Early Michael or late Michael? Damn. I'm gonna be darker skin.
Yeah, what about you?
Me? I'm gonna stay dark.
I wouldn't mind being a little shades darker.
You would go darker? Now, I asked that question because do you feel like, let me ask another question. Do you feel like lighter skinned guys has it easier in life?
And with what set of people? No, they don't have it easy with everything. No, I don't think so. It depends on what are they trying to do. What are they trying to do? First of all,
I was speaking in general.
in general, nah, I don't think so. Some people may feel that way, but I don't like doing a victim Olympic shit. I just don't care for that shit. I don't care for that shit. You have your situation. My homie Swizz. Shout out to AO Swizz, that my homie, he does
Hey,
YouTube.
Swizz.
We had a conversation though before when we was on in our single days and shit. My dog used to be like, all right, you gotta understand your cheat code. What's your cheat code? Back then I was swole and ripped with dreads. Like that's your cheat code. So when you take pictures, you gotta insinuate that shit, your cheat code. He was like, me, I'm light skinned. You know, I'm a light skinned nigga. I gotta see my cheat codes.
So
I'm
you
light
gotta
skinned.
squint your eyes.
You gotta squint my eyes, do all the photos. So he made sure his cheat code was on forefront. Had another homie, he dressed real good, dark skinned nigga, dressed good with a beard. That's your cheat code. You know, you always have your privileges that you gotta make sure you focus on those things instead of just focusing on what you don't have. Focus on what you do have. Love yours. Remember, we J. Cole fans. Love yours. Whatever you have, nigga, that shit is the best shit because it's mine. And I'm gonna make sure I push that shit on the forefront instead of focusing on my weaknesses, what I don't have. Then you're gonna just be bored or sad all the damn time.
They're gonna be
You know,
depressed.
glass half full, and then figure out what I could do to add on that shit to make that shit, you know, completely full.
Exactly.
Instead of just
Not
thinking like,
half
oh, my shit about to
empty.
run out. No, fuck that. So I ain't never sitting there just doing it. I'm always thinking about positive shit like that.
I only ask that because a lot of women, they feel like if they were lighter skinned, they would have different privileges
Okay.
than darker skinned girls, especially because of the beginning conversation when you did your story time.
They ain't had no privileges on Black Panther.
Nope.
That was on Black Panther. How many other movies?
I just want to talk shit.
How many other movies have we seen that, you know, it wasn't black girls aren't black girls
but
are they
think-
have their stereotype. They
Okay.
have that. Okay, on Friday,
Tyler Perry.
any movie, honestly.
What you mean on Friday? Which one? Which one?
The
Because
first one.
Nia Long was brown skin now.
No, I'm talking about the ghetto one. How was she?
She was more of a lighter. She was lighter than Nia Long.
What she
Yeah.
was that?
Yes, she
The
was.
dark girl.
She wasn't dark. The fool. She was lighter than Nia Long. And then
The
the most
dark-
and then the most ratchet, dustiest of them all was a light skinned girl. So what you talking about,
That
Lisa?
was the crackhead though.
She was
was
light
light
skinned.
skinned.
We could talk
What you
about
talking
opioids
about?
with that.
Come
No,
on,
that's
nah.
different.
How is it
Oh, now it's
different?
different.
No, that's different.
Now it's different.
How?
Okay.
Because that's drugs.
All right.
That's
Oh,
different.
here
I'm
we-
talking
here we
about
go.
when we're on a category on the stage of white or black.
Okay.
I'm sorry, not even white or black. Red skin or darker skin.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes down to black women,
Okay.
we feel as fair skinned women that they have better privileges. They have more guys. Y'all view them differently.
Talk to us. 'Cause I don't want to gaslight you.
'Cause that's how I
So
feel.
don't
Talk
think so.
to me.
That's
Why do
a-
you feel
What
that
you
way?
mean better?
Give me
how?
give me an
Like,
example.
I always hear this thing where they say, just like what you were saying too, where they say if they were red, they would be better looking.
Or like Lil
like-
Wayne said.
Like we always have the conversation, me and you, about Steph Curry and LeBron's wife. Tell you, I feel like LeBron's wife looks better than
Oh,
Steph
she
Curry's
does.
wife,
She does.
and you always say no, Steph Curry wife's, and I always
What
tell
y'all
you.
think in the chat? Savannah or Aisha Curry? Who y'all got? I got Savannah.
And
What y'all
you
think of the
always
Curry?
and you always say, and I always say the same thing.
You just
That's
don't
because
like-
she's red.
No,
That's what I always
no,
say.
it's not because she's red.
Because
I just like her personality
and I say
more.
if she was darker, you won't say that. And that's the thing where I feel like it always happens.
you making it a color thing. It ain't got shit to do with color.
Yes, it does. Because if we were to put a black skin on Aisha Curry's face, she won't be as attractive to you anymore. I don't think so, because she's not that cute. She ain't that cute.
I don't know, man. So
Y'all got it.
they saying we got a couple Savannahs. Hey, y'all need to stop putting them booty cheeks in the damn chat. I keep seeing stuff pop up. I can't see what it really is over here, but so you saying some women, if you put a darker skin tone on them, they won't look as good.
Yes.
Name a woman right now. Give me one.
I already did one.
You already did one.
Yeah.
So Aisha Curry.
I think
You think okay? Let's pull Aisha Curry up. You think if Aisha Curry
See
had
them eyes, bruh.
a darker skin tone, she would not be attractive. You think her features are ugly or something?
No, she just don't like her because I like her.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, that's all that is.
You hating Lisa?
Hating like a mother.
Oh, hater. I don't know, Lisa. I think Aisha Curry is an attractive woman. I just think Savannah's a little more attractive, but I think she got okay features. She don't have no ugly features. Man, whatever. I'm trying to make this big, but you know the internet doing this thing. But I don't think she has ugly features. You can't really tell, but I don't think she has bad features. She got like the
She like Alicia Keys' mama.
she kind of like got the features that Garcelle Beauvoir has. Fancy. She got the cheek, the teeth.
Yeah, but
you know
no,
she's attractive.
I never said that she wasn't attractive. I just said that I don't feel like she would be as attractive as if she was darker to people.
All right. So what are some other examples as far as the
Especially
the short end of the stick that you think dark skinned women has? I'm not saying that you guys don't have it. I just want you to put them on the table. Let's discuss them.
For skin complexions.
You saying you guys having it tougher than light skinned women?
I just think your preference, a lot of guys' preference, up until this whole black is beautiful, black of the berry, sweet of the juice. I seen somebody say, this natural thing. Before that happened, it was not looked upon like that.
So,
I felt like if you wore a puff back then, it was like, when you go get your hair done, and guys wanted girls who already had like straight hair, or this is what they looked forward to.
So you saying these niggas pandering?
Yes,
These niggas are pandering to dark skinned women, and since then, that you guys are finally getting some respect. But you think it's not? You think it's insincere, not sincere?
I don't think it's not it being sincere. I just think that it was looked upon differently back then. Especially, it's just more acceptable now.
Much more acceptable.
Because of all of the black women saying my black is beautiful, and more women standing up, because we were the minority in a sense.
I get that. I agree with what you're saying. It's became similar to like last year with the George Floyd riots and stuff, when it became the black support black business shit, and everyone was trying to say support black business and just trying to run on it just to get some love. Like, oh, I support black business. Or I like dark skinned women. So I definitely hear what you're saying.
Even white people, when they want to say something racist, I have a black friend.
So you think, okay.
Like, I see, it was something that went viral the other day, and the guy had said, it was like a show, and the lady was like, he said nigger, right? And she was like, you can't say that. And he's like, why not? I have a black.
You talking about Tim?
No, he said I have dark colored skinned people. It said, see, that's what right there. Because of what you just said, right there.
And he's like, he didn't see any problem in it.
So,
like, I have black friends.
I want to touch on something.
What's up?
Something that Kevin Samuels mentioned, that a lot of things when it comes to this European standards of beauty, is the reason why is because the motherfuckers won the war. So a lot of their standards are pushed onto the forefront because they just had dibs on a lot of shit. So, and that shit is like someone just said right here. Boom, it's something that's been ingrained in our culture, that the lighter is better when all spectrums of our tones are beautiful, and that is very true. But sometimes it just sucks because we are in a capitalism society, is built off capitalism, stuff like that. So and one of the easiest ways from kids, one of the first things we learn as kids is color.
Sure did.
So that's the most recognizable thing. So it's the easiest way to choose a team. And I think so many different things to break down.
Yeah, and they taught us black was bad from then.
Yeah, you guys
and
ever seen the baby
good.
doll test? I seen it in sociology class in college.
We seen it.
So if you guys don't know, I seen in sociology, there was a baby doll test when they had little kids, little girls. I think they just had little kids, and they had baby dolls in front of them. Some of them were black, some of them were white. It's like baby dolls, and they would ask the kids, okay, which one is good? And most of them pointed to, almost all of them pointed to the white baby. Which one is bad? And they'll point mostly to the black baby. So since young, this idea, like you said, has been ingrained in our minds to think that the darker it is, the badder it is. Even when it comes to, you know, blackmail, there's so many different things that, you know, that black is as used as a adjective to make it just sounds worse, bad. So that also affects that, I think. Now, when it comes to preference as well, that it's tough. It's tough when it comes to trying to reprogram your mind and just, I don't think it's that hard, but it's just over time learn how to speak.
I think when you get older, it
older.
kind of changes. You kind of see life differently. So that's why a lot of the time it changes. Because even like I wanted, this has nothing to do with that, but I wanted to say, because you were talking about the kids,
Okay.
It's very important that I see now a lot of people that have darker skinned girls, they make sure that they tell their children or their especially the girls, like, you are beautiful.
Got to.
Because it's like, that's not what society is gonna tell you, and that's crazy. Y'all don't think so?
It's
Somewhat.
not. It is crazy, but you know, there's something that's very important. It is like when I seen my niece the other day. She's 5 years old. She had her hair, her natural hair. She had it done a certain type of way. I made sure I went and said, "Your hair looks very pretty." Just let her know that her natural black hair is very pretty. So that be in her mind. So when she look at herself in the mirror, my uncle's a black man, told me my hair is pretty. So that's in her mind. My other nieces, they all have natural hair. All my nieces have natural hair. I always compliment them on their hair whenever I see it. You know, so to let them know, okay, their uncle, a man, is telling them
That
their
it
hair
look good.
looks good.
Yeah.
So I try myself to go ahead and do that. You know, when I was in high school, we was learning about documentaries and stuff, and we was watching Fahrenheit 9/11, and we were learning about how propaganda is used. So from that point, I was playing football. From that point, I'm like, damn, I knew I wanted to make movies or do something entertainment wise because I understood the power of propaganda, and I knew as a black person how that affected me. So I always wanted to say, when I got older, I want to have that power to make sure I could rearrange things with the way people think about black people.